Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome to All About the Banks.
Good morning.
So you want to start a YouTube channel?
Senior
edition. Stay tuned. So in this video, guys, we are going to talk about our experience in starting a YouTube channel. And so we thought we'd take you along on this trip and try to answer some questions, maybe give you some ideas, but to let you know what we experienced and what we are experiencing with this YouTube channel.
You being a YouTube content creator is a job. It's not quite as easy as just pulling out a camera and videoing. So we want to, like he said, just kind of share with you what we've experienced, what we've learned, what we do, how we like this job, and just give you some tips and some pointers.
So we're going to go in one of our favorite spots. It's actually where we did a lot of discussion, and we can almost say that the idea to really jump in was born here, and I'll show you that. Good morning. How you doing? Good, good. Good morning, sir. How you doing? Good. Good morning.
I have no limits on breakfast. I will eat pizza, hot dog, hamburger, steak,
Whatever. Hey guys, we're still here at Starbucks, and I want to introduce you to somebody. And the reason I want to introduce you to him is because he and I talked about this YouTube thing for months.
We did.
I mean, a long time. So hold on, and I'm going to introduce you to Marcus. So Marcus, you were very instrumental in helping us decide whether to do this YouTube thing or not. Just give me some of your thoughts on what we talked about.
We talked about a lot of getting it started, getting it rolling, doing the videos, your audio, a little bit of the what you guys do, and you ran with it. You guys ran with it, you stayed steady with it, and turned out to be Goldsboro's favorite, actually.
So what would you tell everybody to do?
And I would tell everybody to go follow Mr. and Miss Banks on All About the Banks YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe.
Cool, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
Hey guys, we are on the road today. We don't have the camper. We're actually on a road trip to see some family and Mother's Day weekend. We're gonna head to Charlotte, hang out with the kids.
My cousin is celebrating a birthday, so we're gonna celebrate with him in Charlotte, or Concord, North Carolina.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I don't know where we're looking. Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Happy birthday to you.
So we are, the camper is at home, and we are road tripping it in the car.
But we want to talk about, you want to start a YouTube channel, Senior Edition. One of the things that we talked about was
Why?
Yeah, what's a good reason? Why should
would
you
you
start
want to do this?
Yeah, why would you start a YouTube channel, especially at a more senior age?
Now, if you hear noise, we are at a rest stop we're in Mebane.
No.
Wissett,
Yeah.
North
Wissett.
Carolina.
Yeah.
We're at a rest stop at Wissett, North Carolina, and we thought, hey, this would be a perfect place to talk.
Yeah.
Why? One reason is to express your creativity. I mean, you may be a quilter or a photographer, or you might like talking about plants or dogs or cats or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can be creative as your imagination will allow on
Right.
YouTube.
So it gives you a creative outlet,
Right.
which is sometimes therapeutic.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's therapeutic. The other reason is to document life experiences. So, sometimes we don't really think about that. Our experiences may encourage someone else to get out and do something with their life
Right.
in that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing is we get an opportunity to share what we do with our friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
You as well, if you decide to do this is a perfect spot, perfect venue, perfect platform
Yeah.
to share your experiences, to share with your friends and families. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is where I've been. This is where I'm going.
Yeah.
And you always have it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And the other is to leave a legacy. We don't think about that as much. The old family album that you used to have, you go back and you look through and you see your grandma and your grandpa and all that. But you can actually leave a legacy for your family, for your future family too, on YouTube. Even if you make everything private, you still leave that legacy for generations to come as long as YouTube lasts.
Mm-hmm. And like us, we don't have grandkids. But can you imagine if our children one day had children and our grandkids could look back and see that's what my grandparents were doing in their 60s?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much fun would that be? And how encouraging that would be for them to not limit themselves on any of their endeavors.
Yeah.
And the main thing is, it's fun.
It's fun. It is fun. A lot of times people say, well, I couldn't get in front of the camera and speak. But there is something in you that when you're doing what you like doing, you want to talk about it.
Yes.
And sometimes you want to talk about it to other people. And this is a great way to do it and not have to repeat yourself so many times, so to speak. And you get it out to more than just one person. And believe you me, there are people out there that want to see you.
Yeah.
And you think, well, there's so many people on YouTube, but there's so many people that can identify with just you.
Right. When we first started, I didn't like being in front of the camera. I don't like the way my voice sounds. I don't like the way my hair looks.
Yeah.
I had all of these, insecurities about myself. But once I started doing it, it was like, it's not about me. It's about what we share, what we offer. It's about us as a couple enjoying video, enjoying travels, enjoying our family, and doing the things that we find fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we do it.
So we're going to continue on our trip, and then we'll talk to you more. We'll talk to you some more about some of the other things that we think are benefits to doing a YouTube channel. So
Stay tuned.
let's hit the road, guys. So guys, we made it to Charlotte, and we stopped and had something to eat at Optimus Hall. If you've never heard of it, check it out. It is an interesting place. It's a old warehouse that has, daggone it, there's the guy with the... Anyway, it's
noisy.
It's noisy.
Because
They're
they
doing
got a lot of construction.
And then the guy started the blower. We're going to try to get this done, though. Anyway, we're going to talk about time this time.
Time.
Go ahead.
A lot of people ask us, does it take a lot of time to do YouTube? Well, yes and no.
Yeah.
It really depends on what you are trying to do as a creator.
Yeah, your niche will really dictate how much time you spend, because a lot of your time may be preparing something for your particular YouTube channel, or like us, we travel, so a lot of our time is spent in travel. Now, the actual part of doing YouTube can be time consuming, depending on how much you edit, how much time you spend recording. So it just really depends. If what you're gonna do is more, I would say, physical based. In other words, let's say it's exercising. You're gonna exercise anyway. So the time you spend exercising is gonna be your time spent doing YouTube. Now, the other part would be editing, learning the whole YouTube thing, some education, watching other YouTube channels, getting ideas, planning, those type of things.
And the topics that you are going to share, you have to be somewhat knowledgeable about what you're going to share, or at least know how to direct people to that topic. You know, like with us is camping. Well, we've been camping since 2007, so that's something that we feel fairly comfortable with, so we can talk about those things. Our channel is all about the banks, so we know about the banks. We know what's going on, so those are topics that we feel comfortable sharing.
And now they've started up two of them things.
And a car leaving.
But anyway, you just want to talk a little bit about time. So the time that you spend is going to be really dictated by you. So, since we're getting drowned out, I think, by the blowers, we're going to stop right here and we're going to move to the next part of the video.
So I have a strawberry crunch so far.
A strawberry crunch. Let me have.
How beautiful that is.
And they're pretty big.
Oh, they're so pretty.
Thank you.
Old fashioned.
Old fashioned.
You can make 2 of those.
2 old fashions. Perfect. I know you mentioned a fritter. Did you want to throw an apple fritter in there?
Yep, they taste good.
All right, which one? That's the what?
Turtle.
The turtle, and that's good.
Strawberry.
The strawberry is good.
The old fashioned has a lemon glaze. It's very good. And then I have a piece of cinnamon bun.
Cinnamon, and it's all good.
All good.
All right. Okay, guys, we're going to continue our discussion on getting started on YouTube as a senior. Anyway, we're going to continue. I just heard another something start up. Every time we start recording, it just...
It's noise.
It's noise. Anyway, we're going to continue with our discussion, and today is what to use. In other words, what to use to record your videos. Now, I would suggest that if you're just getting started, especially the senior edition, then use what you have. So in other words, if you have a phone, then start with a phone, learn how to use that, and then you can what was the term I used? Grow as you go. In other words, as you go along and you get more involved and you get more used to doing it, because you have to get used to filming yourself. And then you kind of grow as you go. So some of the things that you might need as you commit to YouTube, because it is a commitment. It is whether it's a weekly commitment or bi-weekly commitment or whatever, that's very important. But I would say start with what you have.
We have friends who do all of their videoing on their cell phones. It doesn't matter if you have an Android or iPhone. If you're more comfortable using your cell phone, use your cell phone.
Yeah.
Another thing that we've found is that audio is key.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have invested in some good mics because that's one of Dwayne's pet peeves. You know, the sound has to be right. I want to be able to hear them. I want them to be able to hear us. You know, that kind of thing.
Right. So, when you think about your phone, depending on where you record will depend on what you will need. Now, I found this out because if you have a phone that you spent money on, let's say you have an iPhone, you're talking about $800-900, but you want to film action stuff. You want to film outside, weather conditions, different things like that. You may not want to film with your phone as much because it is your primary source of communication for a lot of folks. So you might want to film a little bit with that. But if you're filming inside, controlled, not a whole lot of conditions changing, then you can safely use your phone.
Right. And the main thing is, I guess, don't buy a lot of equipment, but keep in mind that you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let him elaborate on that one.
Yeah. When you do start buying equipment, look for, one, what is budget friendly, because you don't want to break your budget. But you also want to look long term, especially with hardware and microphones. Microphones don't normally change that much.
Right.
You got some that'll do this, some that'll do that, but a microphone is a microphone, and it does make a big difference. Now, we've gone and purchased some microphones just so that our audio will be better, but we've committed to the YouTube thing. They will tell you, or you will hear this a lot in YouTube, the video does not have to be as good as the audio, because people want to be able to hear what you're saying. So that's some of our tips with what to use, especially getting started.
Yeah. We are spending this weekend, which is Mother's Day weekend, with our kids. And over COVID, our kids got really involved in plants. So I want to show you a little bit of their plant collection. So stay tuned. This is just a portion of the plants that they have in their collection. It's like a little jungle in here, but it's a pretty little jungle. And obviously the window that they have the plants set up is it makes the plants very happy because they all look so pretty and healthy. I see one yellow leaf, but we're not going to talk about that one. But anyway, this is a portion of, how many plants do you have, Shrew? Of about 120 plants that live in this apartment. Now there are more in other areas of the apartment, but this is just a portion that live in front of the window.
So guys, we just ate lunch at a little spot called Best in Burgers in Wilson, North Carolina. So what did you think of the burger?
I thought it was pretty good. I had a cheeseburger with chili and slaw and ketchup.
Yep. And I had the cheeseburger with same thing, except for I had
You had onions.
onions, mustard, and chili.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
And their fries are they cut them right there and cook them.
Yeah, fresh cut.
Fresh cut fries. They were nice and hot.
Yep.
So it was good.
So thanks, Ken, for the recommendation. If you're ever in Wilson, North Carolina, stop by Best in Burgers. It was really good. I would recommend it, and we'll probably be back.
Yeah.
All right.